Good morning and welcome, my crafty friend. Good morning to another episode of APC April 2025. If you are new here, I will put the description in my description below the YouTube video if you would like to know more about this monthly event where we, through April, craft every day from Monday to Saturday something around junk journaling, and on the letter starting with this particular letter. Today it's H, and I have a special challenge for myself that I am using 15 minutes in the morning to reflect on a concept or a feeling that is supportive for our mental health and well-being. Today it's H, and for me today it's hopeful. Hope is the light that guides us forward, even in uncertain times. It's the belief that better days are ahead. And green, like I have here, all the leftover green little bits and pieces, green somehow stands for me for hope. So I thought I will play around with green today and see where the inspiration takes me. And yes, let's start. Let's have a look. What comes to mind, or what came this morning, or what fell in my hand this morning, was this sofa. And I thought it fits so nicely on my tag. Like, I'm a little bit out of frame, I'm sorry. Like, I try to move back. Here you can see it is a leftover that I cut out the other side for a different project. But I thought it doesn't matter because now it fits nicely onto my tag. And I can just fussy cut it out and then see what else I would like to do with this. What is also very, very different today is usually I am speaking directly into my microphone every morning and just allow the reflection to come. What I had this time is I forgot to turn on my microphone, and with that the sounds was terrible. And so I decided I do it a little bit different today. I got rid of the sound, or the non-existing sound, and do a voiceover while I'm crafting. And with that, I thought I can use this opportunity to do something extra today. When I used to participate in the Margarete Miller Collage challenge last year, I made a fairy tale fitting to the prompts. And today I thought, after I finished my tag for today, I can see what kind of fairy tale I can come up with. And because I make a voiceover, I will tell you the fairy tale that is fitting to this particular tag at the end of this video. I hope you like to give it a go, and even if you enjoy it, you can go back to my old Margarete Miller collages and see what kind of fairy tales I came up with at that point. But for now, let's reflect a little bit on the topic of hope, because hope keeps me moving forward when challenges arise. I don't know how it is for you. Like, sometimes I find when you have a challenge and you don't know the outcome and you don't know how you will get there, what actually allows me to go step by step to do the next step, even if I don't know what will happen, it is hope. It's my anchor during a storm, so to say, that better days are ahead. How is this for you? Like, how is hope turning up in your life? So I also spoke with a lot of friends about the topic of hope, because in the moment so many people on this planet are suffering, and we hear so many difficult news and bad news, and it's so rare that we hear people speaking about their hope and their positive feelings. So if you are up for it, maybe put something in the comment that keeps your hope. By sharing this, I think we can do something nice for each other, that we can allow each other to share into each other's hope for ourselves, for the future, for the planet, for our children. And with that, put some positive energy into the world. But let's get back to the tag. This here is a piece of music sheet paper, but not like an original one, but actually one from my collage book, another of the printout. And I thought I would like to tear a little piece. Yeah, just to see. I always find it a little bit difficult to see. Maybe if I cut it to the size of the tag, then it's a little bit easier for me to see where I should tear it. Yeah. Okay. Let's have a look. And if I then tear a little bit from the side, I can put the sofa on top of it. And maybe for today, keep it simple, like keep the tag by itself simple and use my time to concentrate on the little fairy tale. But I definitely will stamp again with my special letter stamp the word hopeful on a piece of coffee dyed paper. I'm sure I will do this and see where I can put it. I love these moments to play around with the tag. But maybe let's move on and lean back, grab a cup of tea and enjoy my fairy tale. See how we go. Once upon a time, in a quiet village surrounded by endless meadows of wildflowers, there lived a young woman named Lara. Lara was known for her gentle spirit and her love of stories. She spent her days collecting tales from the villagers, writing them down in journals she crafted herself. Her journals were exquisite, bound in soft leather with pages adorned by pressed flowers and intricate sketches of the world around her. But despite her love of stories, Lara carried a deep sadness in her heart. Years ago, her parents had vanished during a mysterious storm that swept through the village. They had left behind only one thing, an antique sofa. The sofa sat in the corner of Lara's small cottage, its wooden frame carved with vines and flowers so lifelike they seemed to grow under the light of the sun. The cushions were green, embroidered with white-petaled flowers that never faded. Lara often sat on the sofa as she wrote in her journals, feeling as though it held some secret she couldn't quite uncover. One day, while dusting the sofa, she noticed something she had never seen before. A tiny carving hidden beneath one of the armrests. It was a symbol, a circle surrounded by blooming flowers. Intrigued, Lara decided to investigate further. She carefully examined every inch of the sofa until she discovered a hidden compartment beneath one of its cushions. Inside was an old journal, its leather cover embossed with the same flowered circle she had found on the armrest. The pages were filled with delicate handwriting and sketches of plants, stars, and strange symbols. At the very back of the journal was a single phrase: "When hope is lost and shadows fall, craft your dreams to answer the call." Lara's heart raced. She realized this journal must have belonged to her parents. Could it hold clues about their disappearance? Determined to uncover the truth, Lara decided to recreate the journal using her own skills as a journal maker. She believed that by crafting it anew, she might unlock its secrets. She gathered materials from around the village, soft leather from the tanner, wildflowers from the meadow, and golden threads from an elderly weaver. As she worked on the journal late into the night, something magical began to happen. The antique sofa seemed to hum softly, as though it were alive. The white-petaled flowers on its cushions glowed faintly, and a melody filled the air, a hauntingly beautiful tune that seemed to come from nowhere. The melody guided Lara's hands as she stitched and pressed the flowers into the pages. When she finished crafting the new journal, its cover shimmered with light and words began to appear on its first page. The path is made by those who create. Follow where your heart will lead. The next morning, Lara shared what had happened with her closest friend Thomas, a skilled carpenter who often helped her gather materials for her journals. Together, they returned to the antique sofa and listened for the melody once more. As they sat on the sofa and hummed along with its tune, something incredible happened. The carvings on its wooden frame began to shift and change. New images appeared. A map of wildflower meadows leading to an ancient oak tree on the edge of the forest. Lara realized this was where she needed to go. With Thomas by her side and her newly crafted journal in hand, Lara followed the map to the ancient oak tree. Beneath its root, they discovered a hidden door carved with symbols matching those in her parents' journal. Inside was a small chamber filled with objects that seemed to radiate magic. An ornate quill that wrote on its own, jars of glowing ink, and another antique sofa identical to Lara's own. In the center of it all was a second journal. This journal revealed everything. Lara's parents had been part of an ancient order known as the Crafters of Hope. Their mission was to create enchanted objects that could heal hearts and inspire people in times of despair. The storm that had taken them away was no ordinary storm. It was caused by dark forces seeking to destroy hope itself. Before they vanished, her parents had hidden their knowledge within their journals and enchanted their antique sofa so it could guide Lara when she was ready. Armed with this knowledge, Lara returned to her village with Thomas and began teaching others how to craft magic into everyday objects. Journals that could preserve memories forever, furniture that brought comfort to weary souls, and melodies that lifted spirits during hard times. Her antique sofa became a gathering place where villagers shared stories and sang songs together. Its carvings continued to shift over time, recording new tales of hope and resilience. And though, through her crafting and storytelling, Lara carried on the legacy as one of the crafters of hope, proving that even in life's darkest moments, creativity could light into the way. And though, through her crafting and storytelling, Lara carried on the legacy of one of the crafters of hope, proving that even in life's darkest moments, creativity could light the way forward. And though through her crafting and storytelling, Lara carried on the legacy as one of the crafters of hope, proving that even in life's darkest moments, creativity could light the way forward. That was very different today. I hope you enjoyed this little fairy tale. And here we are, hopeful. I think it's good to remember that hope is always near. Hope you can keep close to your heart. And with that, I wish you a wonderful day. Bye for now.